Hi, thanks for stopping by. Got a little story I want to tell you today about. Let's see if we can get this up here without too much glare. Whoop, got the sun right at my back today. This is the story of my 11th great grandfather, and he is through my father and through my grandmother, Uveda Nelson Lewis. Going back on that line, if you go back far enough, you hit into royalty. And my 11th great grandfather, his name was James Stewart. He was born in 1531 in Scotland as the illegitimate son of King James V, King of England. Okay. Now, he was born in 1531. He died in 1570 in a rather unique way. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Grandfather James married a lady by the name of Lady Anne Keith early in 1561. And because of his lineage, he became known as the first Earl of Moray, and then attained the title of Earl of Mar. I really don't have a clue what all that entailed, but apparently it allowed him to get some income because of these earldoms that he had. Once he got the title of First Earl of Moray, he became known as Moray, and people called him that. And in some of the reading I found, he was simply referred to as Moray, which I thought was kind of interesting. Now, James, Grandfather James, or Moray as he was known, became the chief advisor to his sister, who was known as Mary, Queen of Scots. And in 1561, Mary, Queen of Scots, returned from France, and Grandfather James became a very close advisor to Mary, Queen of Scots. Now, at some point, for whatever reason, I haven't been able to find that out yet, there was a falling out between Grandfather James and Mary, Queen of Scots. They went their separate ways. And to the point where there was some pretty harsh feelings, and the supporters of Mary actually took it upon themselves to track him down. And this is where it gets kind of interesting. Grandfather James was actually assassinated in Scotland on the 23rd of January of 1570 by a man by the name of James Hamilton, and he was a supporter of Mary. And need to get my other device here. There had been a falling out, as I said, and one day, as the account says, Grandfather was passing in the main street below in this town in Scotland. Hamilton fatally wounded him with a gunshot from a window of his uncle, Archbishop Hamilton's house. Now, what becomes interesting, this is Olivia, is that James becomes the first person in recorded history to be assassinated with a firearm. And I think that's pretty cool. My 11th great-grandfather was the first person to be assassinated, recorded person to be assassinated with a firearm. I think that's unique and very interesting. So I'll let you draw whatever conclusions you want from that story, but I just thought I'd share that because I found it kind of interesting. There are some other great stories in this line, and I'll try to dig some up and share them with you next time. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to show you this picture. In Scotland, there's a church that has a stained glass window depicting the assassination of the first Earl of Moray, my 11th great-grandfather, James Stewart. So there you go. If you ever get to Scotland, that might be one you might want to look up. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.